That we went to dinner with Errol in Dallas, and he had no words for us.
Why not?
Well, he should have been at a autograph signing, so we flew all the way to Dallas, and he didn't show up. And it just so happened before we left, we decided to go out to dinner, Papa Do's, and guess who walked in? So we went over to his table and said hello to him. A different energy, as he likes to say.
Did you pick up the bill?
No, we didn't pick up the bill. We just kind of backed his ass up against the wall in the corner and say, hey, man, why didn't you show up in your town for your own autograph signing? You know.
What did he say to you?
Not a lot, because in reality he had someone who fed him the line about the family dinner. He's not quick-witted like that. He don't come off with that kind of stuff. He can't come off with that kind of. He won't be able to compete with Shawn on that level when it comes time to these microphones.
Welcome to Big Faces Worldwide, where we talking nothing but this boxing, man. Hey, listen, man, first off, I want to welcome everybody to the channel. If you're new here, I want you to be here. So think about hitting that subscribe button as we stay knee deep into this boxing conversation, man. You just heard the voice of Kenny Porter, the dad, the trainer of Showtime Shawn Porter, who will be going up against Errol Spence September 28th in LA at the Staples Center. You know, they had the press conference yesterday, and you know, the press conference was sort of a dud. I spoke about that in a separate video, but it was the after press conference interviews, man, that, you know, caught my attention, man. One in particular was Kenny Porter. You know, you just heard part of it where he talked about, they went to Dallas, man, to run up on Errol Spence for whatever reason. You know, said Errol Spence had a book signing that they found out he was going to be at, so they took a flight to Dallas. You know, I don't know, to confront him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It all sounds kind of crazy, man. But Kenny Porter said they took a flight to Dallas and went to the book signing, and there was no Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the last day they was about to leave, they went out to dinner, you know, to Papa Do's, wherever they said they went. And, you know, they sitting there eating, and lo and behold, who comes in? The truth, Errol Spence. So Kenny Porter, you know, he wants everybody to believe that, you know, they backed Errol Spence's ass up to the wall, into a corner, you know, and said whatever it was that he said to him. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to believe that Errol was quiet as a church mouse, that, you know, Shawn Porter kind of punked Errol, you know. Now, he didn't say it in those words, but the way he was saying it, you heard it. That's what it will make you want to believe, you know what I'm saying? And he also went on to say some other things, man, about, you know, he been in Errol's corner when Errol lost. You know, he said lost 3 different times. You know, he also talked about how people always bring up, you know, that Errol went to the Olympics. He said, you know, Errol went to the Olympics, yeah, but he fought twice and he lost twice. You know, matter of fact, here is that audio. I want you to take a listen to it, and we'll be right back.
You know, unlike most people that know Errol, they don't know him to ever have a loss. I've actually been in his corner when he lost in the Ukraine. I was in his corner when he lost in Russia. I was in his corner when he lost in the World Championships. Nobody's even counting the fact that he fought twice in the Olympics, but he lost both times in the Olympics. So he can lose. You know, if you go back and you look at the history of boxing, the first 10, 15 professional fights that a guy has, you got the perfect guys in front of you. You're supposed to beat them. Now, when it's time to step up and fight these guys that are not having a gentlemanly conversation with you, that really don't give a shit about you, now we find out what you're really made of.
So as you can see, Kenny Porter, man, Kenny Porter got a lot to say. You know, Shawn Porter, we seen him at the press conference. He was very animated, man. I never seen Shawn Porter like that, man. He keeps saying that he's going to have more fans there than Errol Spence. It was kind of crazy. You know, he telling them to keep the music on, and what time is it? And, you know, it seemed like there was only one person in the crowd saying showtime. You know what I'm saying? it was kind of WWE-ish to me. Sort of like when, you know, he was talking about Danny Garcia, and, you know, he was using the Hulk Hogan voice, and, you know what I'm saying, when y'all remember that, when he did that little video there, man, it was kind of like that, man. But I understand Shawn Porter's energy, man. This is his first pay-per-view. This is the biggest fight of his life, and he is hyped up about this fight, man. You know, so I can't knock him for his energy. I got to applaud it, you know what I'm saying? But like Errol Spence, I want to see him bring that same energy into the ring, which I think he will. I think he will. He has been training, you know, since April, you know what I'm saying? So he's going to have 6 months to train for this fight. So I believe Shawn Porter will be in tip-top shape, tip-top condition. I believe what he was, you know, he's trying to get himself up mentally for the fight, man, you know, because everybody's talking about how Earl's the boogeyman. Earl's the boogeyman. Everybody's scared of Earl, you know, and, you know, subconsciously, these things get embedded into a person's mind, whether you want to believe it or not. When people keep saying something, you know what I mean? That sticks with a person, you know, that sticks with a person. So Shawn, he got to try to convince himself that Errol was not the boogeyman, that Errol was not who all these people claim that he is, you know what I'm saying? And, excuse me. And Shawn's going to try to, you know, prove Errol wrong. I believe this will be a physical fight, you know. Shawn says that he's going to make Errol Spence very uncomfortable. And I believe him when he says that, you know what I'm saying? He's going to be all over Errol, roughhousing him, you know. Y'all know how Shawn Porter get. The referee who in this fight is going to play a key part. And I am, you know, interested in seeing who they assign as far as refereeing to this fight. Will he allow, you know, a lot of grappling tactics, or will he, you know, as soon as they get in the clinch, break them up, man? That could play a huge part in this fight also. But I'm excited about this fight, man. You know, we can see Shawn Porter's excited about this fight. You know, Errol Spence is just Errol Spence, man. He's cool, calm, and collected. But that's all I got, man. In the meantime and in between time, stay blessed. Keep on supporting this sport we love called boxing. Peace. I'll back.